Hello students, hope you are well. Due to this COVID pandemic situation and lockdown, our schools as well as physical exams have closed. So our education board has planned to give assignments to students of class 6 to class 9 for preparing themselves for the upcoming physical exams as well as classes and how to write properly those query questions using your own style and ideology and creativity as well. So in the very first week there was given assignments for class 6, 7, 8 and class 9, where for class 9 there was given two assignments for Bangladesh and Global Studies, and for commerce and background students there was a subject called General Science. We have already uploaded the assignment solution video for the General Science, so you may check that out also. Now we are going to pass through the Bangladesh and Global Studies assignments provided for class 9 on the very first week, and the video is uploaded both in Bangla as well as English version. So from whatever background you are, you can try this out and you can get instruction as well as a idea about how to write these assignments and where and how to enhance your creativity as well. So for getting these all information, we intend to do is very simple. You just have to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon of the notification bar so that you can get notified whenever we post. And these assignments will be provided on every week's beginning, so we will try to post every videos within 2 or 3 days, especially as soon as possible, because all our program is for you all now. So let's start. Alright, now that there was a question given on Bangladesh and Global Studies on the best of chapter 1, which was East Bengal movement and the rise of nationalism, 1947 to 1970, and the question was 1952, 1966, 1970 are some of the most important times in the history of Bangladesh. In which of these years do you think the flow of events gave more impact to the independence of Bangladesh? Okay, now let's move forward. Here, at the very beginning, you need to follow some instructions, because I believe you have already get notified about the marks distribution strategy. There something called very good, best, better, and below average, something like that. There are 4 or 5 scaling for markings of these assignments. So for getting the best mark, you need to do that is very simple. You just have to follow some rules. You just have to go through all the necessary points that you are asked to discuss about. Then you go apply your creativity as well there. Okay, now the instructions are the given events related to the mentioned years will be mentioned continuously. We will explain the fact that is acted as an inspiration to the living word. You will argue in favor of the answer and you will provide your own opinion. Alright, now let's move forward. Here, the first point was 1952. So before the very beginning, we need to write an introduction in all query answers for the physical exams. Likewise, in this question, there is an introduction, and that is now I'm discussing. The years 1950 to 1966 and 1970 are undoubtedly some of the most important times that played great roles in reconstructing the history of Bangladesh, in my opinion. 1970 is always the most important out of the mentioned 3. The logics in support of my opinions are given here below. Alright, in this video you will get about the instructions and an image of what to write in these assignments and how to write. but we do not support you to follow truly our instructions. For creative exams, all you need to do is enhance your writing skill capability and write the things in your own language so that the teachers get touched by your words. So you can follow the things that are obviously needed to mention in these answers, but you will also need to write in your own language and add your own opinions so that the teachers can get the point actually. Alright, 1952. Language movement. The language movement of 1952 was a cultural and political movement for East Pakistan, present Bangladesh. In 1948, the government of the Dominion of Pakistan ordered Urdu as a sole national language, sparking extensive protest among the Bengali speaking majority of East Bengal. In 1947, in the month of December, Rashtrabhasha Sangram Parishad was formed to protect the rights of the people of East Pakistan. Chhatra League and Awami League was also formed respectively back in 1948 and 1949. After that, on 21st February after 1952, with the leading Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, though that he was in prison, the students of University of Dhaka and other political activities defied the law against an organ protest. The movement reached its climax when suddenly police started to shot fire upon the students, and started at very instant that very many students was killed and they were spotted and many more was injured. That it provoked widespread civilization. After years of conflict, the central government relented and granted official status to the Bengali language in 1956. Alright, now I believe you have got a picture of 1952 and the things that happened there and around there, but you need to also follow that you can also write everything in your own language and describe it more elaborately so that you can get proper image. Now let's move forward. 1966. The Six Point Demand. The Six Point Movement was a movement in the East Pakistan spearheaded by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman which called for greater autonomy of East Pakistan. The long movement against the Pakistan government's discriminatory policy and indifferent attitude to the peoples of East Pakistan took a deep and clear shape in the Six Point Demands. The movement's main agenda was to realize the six demands put forward by a coalition of Bengali nationalist political parties in 1966 to end the perceived exploitation of East Pakistan by the West Pakistan government or the rulers. It is considered a milestone on the road to the Bangladesh's independence. Alright, now let's talk about the 6 points that were declared by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman at that time. Here, the first point is in Pakistan there will be a parliamentary form of government under federal government system. The polling will be held under the general electoral system and adult voters will enfranchise. The central government will keep two ministries in their hand, the defense and the foreign affairs. The state will have full autonomy of their affairs. Two defined but convertible types of currency should be introduced in the country, or a single currency might be used on some terms and conditions. The state government will perceive the right to impose taxes, and a part of the collected revenue will be deposited to the treasury of central government. The states will be owned of the foreign currency that will earn, and similarly a portion will be deposited to the treasury of central government. The states will be given the power of forming militia force for the regional security. Alright, now let's talk about the 1970, the most important part of our liberation war and our victory against the Pakistani ruling government. Here in 1970, the most important event that took place was the election of Pakistan. In these elections that held was in 7 December 1970 to elect members of the National Assembly. They were the first general elections since the independence of Pakistan and ultimately only once held prior to the independence of Bangladesh. Voting took place in 300 constituencies, of which 162 were in East Pakistan and 138 were in West Pakistan. Parties and candidates. The elections were a fierce contest between the two social domestic parties, the West Pakistan People's Party (PPP), that was held by Yahi Bhutto, Benji Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and the East-based Awami League that was led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The Awami League was the sole majority party in the East Wing, while in the West Wing, PPP faced several complications from the constructive functions of Muslim League, the largest of which was Muslim League Qayyum, as well as Islamic parties like Jamaat Islami, Jamaati Ulama Islam, and Jamiat Ulama Pakistan. These were actually the regional political parties of that time of West Pakistan. So the result was a clear image and a clear sign to the peoples of Pakistan about what is their opinion about Bangladesh as well as Pakistan and who is actually the true leader of Pakistan. The result was a victory for the Awami League, which won a absolute majority of 160 seats, of all which were in West Pakistan, East Pakistan actually. The PPP only owned 81 seats, and all those were in West Pakistan. Alright, now let's talk about these important. The signature sign mirror of election in emerging and independent Bangladesh in 1971 became clear. Awami League achieved the landslide victory in the national and the provincial assembly, so it was authenticated that the people supported the 6 and 11 points demand that was declared by Awami League and Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The Bengali nationalism marked a political victory. On the other hand, it was a big blow to the Pakistani rulers. The people stood firmly against the dictatorship of West Pakistan. It also played a vital role to transform the spirit of nationalism to the spirit of freedom. As a result, a new country named Bangladesh was emerged. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with us and hope you have enjoyed and get the instructions properly about what to write and what need you to describe properly in those assignments. And we believe following our instructions you can easily get the best to better marking criteria under, because in BGS getting marks is way tougher than the other subjects, and the scopes to enhance your creativity in these subjects are actually up very fast field. So good luck for you. In the next week we will post also the other subjects when they will be given to the students and their answers as well. So for this, stay tuned with us. You have to subscribe our channel for getting and press the bell icon on the notification panel so that you can get the regularly updates whenever we post, and we'll try to post them as soon as possible. The questions are given, so you can also share with your friends from different mediums like Bangla version or English version, whatever they are, and the subjects will be covered through science background, arts as well as commerce also. So for that, Stay tuned with us and share with your friends about our initiative. And good luck. Bye bye.